Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to the Krista Chronicles. And today, very exciting, we are doing a walkthrough of the upcoming Hedgewitch Tarot from Llewellyn. I'm so excited. When I was looking through their spring, summer releases, this and the Forest of Enchantment Oracle, I was like, need. Those were like my two highlights. And here she is. I'm so excited. So this is coming out Friday, August 8th. I'll put links down below on where you can pre-order. And it just looks beautiful. Let's get into it. First thing I want to note, ooh, do I have an example? This is a smaller box. Because, usually we have the bigger boxes with Llewellyn, but this is a smaller one. And I should have brought a Llewellyn box with me. Let's see if I have one just around. Hello? I'm gonna search for one. Because the usual Llewellyn box is I think they're beautiful, but for my own storage purposes, I immediately put the deck in a bag and then store it. So I know I've got one around, because I'll repurpose them too. Hold on. Okay. We get to go hunting. Forest of Enchantment box. So as you can see, definitely quite a bit shorter and less wide. So instead of being book size, she's smaller, which is a kind of a fun update. Because I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily favor the big boxes because they're harder to store. Where this one I think is a good in-between, where it's still a good display piece if you like that, but then also smaller. Obsessed with this side. That actually would be so pretty to display. Okay. Ride the hedge and lift the veil to divine your answers. Hedge witchery and tarot both function as bridges between the physical and spiritual worlds. Now these complementary forces combine into an exquisite deck that guides you through different realms of existence. The Hedgewitch Tarot upholds Rider-Waite-Smith tradition while honoring the Hedgewitch's connection to the unseen. Tudor Beth's companion book guides your journey and reveals each card's three-part meaning. The border, the card's story and location, the writing, actions needed to make the card reality, and the veil, a practical exercise such as a spell, charm, prayer, or meditation. Layered with nature-based and seasonal imagery, this deck helps unlock the magic and power within you. Yay! Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Okay, so this, yes. Illustrations by Angela Rizza, and then Tudor Beth. That is such an interesting name. Has Tudor Beth done other stuff? I'm intrigued. Okay, yeah, they have, Hedgewitch's Little Books. Cool. And they were part of this, of the 2024 Witches Companions, things of that sort. Neat. Very cool. Okay. Let's get into it. Magic and power come from within. Gorgeous. Alright, here's our book. Oh, I'm already intrigued. Okay. Hold on. Let's look at the book first. This is so pretty. I love the size of this book. Really, that is such a cool size. Okay, and so we still get the full page illustration and the meanings on the left, and as it said on the back, it's broken up into the border, the writing, and the veil, which is really neat. What else do we have in here? We've got the intro. Do we have any spreads? Nope. It's kept very Like, it's pretty much just the cards in here, which is cool. There is an intro. Alright, let's get into the cards. Okay, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? What is this? Ooh. Okay. Oh, it's a card stand. It's a card stand. What? Look at that. Okay, it comes with a card stand, and it's like a, it feels like it's like wooden. Wooden, but it's got this, okay, that's so stinking cool. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. Neat. Alright, we're wrapped in some paper. Love to see it. It looks like, alright, let's, oh, look at these backs. So I should also say, I truly have seen nothing of this besides the, like, one preview image that was on their website. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be just a total surprise. So what we've got here, this is definitely, it is a linen textured cardstock. That's already exciting. We have a little card that is like about the author. So we've got about Tudor Beth on one side and about Angela Rizza on the other. That's such a cool detail. Oh, this is so interesting. Look at that. You get a card. Okay, so this feels very reminiscent of like Lo Scarabeo, where they put in a card that's got another, kind of advertising another deck on it, but super cool. You also get a coupon code. Love that. Tarot the Witch's Garden on here. Alright, neat. I'm loving the coupon code idea. Now I feel like I gotta look at, I don't think the Lo Scarabeo ones have a coupon code. Because otherwise I'm sort of like, feels like, I always am like, what do I do with this? But a coupon code, that's fun. Especially thinking that probably printing 80 cards, maybe that's like a full print versus 78. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at these backs. This blue is gorgeous. I love the wreath and the bird. Oh, the blue with these brown tones is so good. Again, it's a usual Llewellyn size, standard tarot. And we got that linen texture. So good. Okay. We've got the Fool. I love this. We've got a jester here. He's up on a table. Looks like he's juggling a bunch of food. And he's having a blast. But look at the chaos he's causing around him. We've got this person looks very unhappy having to clean the floor. These people look like they're off to the side trying to like stay out of the way. Ooh. That duck is definitely stressed. And the dog. What an interesting take on that. And I love how the Fool's holding this mask. It feels like this thing of like they've removed the mask and they're just going for it. They're being themselves. And it's causing some chaos around them, but he's having fun. Interesting. The Wizard. Okay. Yes. I love a good, like, major arcana name change. And I am loving this. Look how fierce she looks. She's got a mushroom printed dress. We've got this big owl. This magic rolling in. And the point of view is very interesting because it almost looks like it should be that the owl is closer to us and she's farther. But when you look at this branch here, they're both in front of it. So we've got this like big owl. Or is it big owl, normal size lady? Or is it little lady, normal size owl? I don't know. And I love that. I love that sort of like trick of the eye with the magician. The crone. Look at her. Oh my gosh, I love the crone for High Priestess. and sitting at this hearth with all her animal friends. It feels like this thing of like she's collected these friends by like unlocking mysteries. And she's got this book, kind of like, which is cool, reminiscent of the High Priestess, but I love the idea that it's like, that's her own personal grimoire or something. The Empress, how beautiful is this? This feels very like, very Gaia energy, right? With all of these children, like Earth Mother kind of feel. The Emperor. Oh, look at all. We've got Pan here, which is super interesting. We've got an eagle, a bulldog, a lion, a bull. I'm intrigued by this figure too. I don't know what that is supposed to be. But he's holding this, it almost looks like a bubble with a flower in it, which is very interesting to think like the Emperor is sort of like, where the Empress is creation. The Emperor is like creation contained. Fascinating. The Alchemist. Ooh. I love this big pile of books, and we've got a grapevine here. I love this artwork. The Cupids. Oh my gosh. Oh, what are these creatures called? It's Mr. Tumnus from Narnia. Hold on. He's one of those. A fawn. 2 fawns. And we've got the 2 little cupids. We've got 2 doves. 2 rabbits. Oh my gosh. So cool. I love it. Look at this chariot. Are you kidding? Yes. We've got our Hedgewitch. We've got 2 little cats. We've got a fairy, a bird. There's just like so much going on in these cards. Not where it feels like it's overwhelming by any means, but where it's like I want to get into all of these different layers. And her broom is broken up into like 3 distinct segments, which is interesting. Oh, so cool. Strength. Okay, we have to read this card. I am so interested. Oh, also it's the cover of our book, so that's cool. But like, what is this getting at for the strength card? I must know. Ooh, okay, so I didn't notice before, you get a keyword for each of the cards. So here we have confidence. So the border describes to you what's going on in the card, and then the writing is the message. So let's read the writing. You are required to find your strength in a situation regardless of how hard you may have worked so far. You still need to carry on, but perhaps it is not physical strength that is needed now, but your compassion and influence with something that others find untamable. You have the strength and control inside to turn this situation or project into something amazing without being aggressive. Okay, now we're going to read the border too. A young maiden stands at nighttime surrounded by magical books, crystal balls, wands, and spell jars. She is studying hard for her witch exams and is tired, but she finds the strength to carry on. To study takes strength of character and not only the perseverance of mind, but also the compassion of spirit. The ability to tame the wandering mind when working on a project is a power unique to the strong, and you have that power. Oh, that is like, what a cool interpretation of strength. So then for the veil, you get a ritual. So light a blue candle and take a moment to calm your thoughts. When you feel ready, say these words. Knowledge of power released in these hours increase my understanding with strength forevermore. Sit for a while watching the flickering candle. Super cool. Okay, love that. I had to know, like, because what an interesting strength card. And I love this idea of, like, strength of mind. The Hermit. Oh, yes. Okay, love her. Look at all the cats. Yes. Oh my gosh. Fantasy self. One would love to recede into the woods and live in a little... I guess I've kind of, well, almost done that to an extent I can. Maybe not really. Recede into the woods, live in a little cottage, and have so many cats. Can't do that currently because Stevie dislikes other cats. Very much so. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, cool. We've got a Wheel of the Year. Love that. And looks, yeah, we've got some ivy. I don't know what other kind of leaf that is, but it's neat. Simple, effective. I like it. Justice. What's happening here? Oh, I need to know what's going on. What's happening? We've got a crow and a vulture. Bobcat, badger, scorpion. Oh, there's just like so much. I love it. Okay. We're just gonna read the border. I just want to know what's happening. The crow overlooks a medieval court whilst the king and queen look on. In front of them are a wizard and a hedgewitch debating a scroll. The woodland animals and magical beings look on in anticipation. The hedgewitch seeks the truth and lives by virtue, for her heart is pure of thought. Justice prevails and the order of balance is restored. Interesting. Okay. The Hanged Man. Super cool. Oh, look at this. We've got the Oak King on that tree. A lion and a fairy and a snake and an owl. Like, so much is, like, included in these pictures. Oh, death. Look at this. Oh. Wait, why does that make me sad? Look, we've got this rose bush. Vibrant and full of life over here, and over here is what they look like come fall and winter, with the rose hips and just the bare thorns. Really interesting. Temperance. Beautiful. What's happening? The devil? Look, what? First of all, the purple, gorgeous. We need to know. Hold on. We need to know what's happening here. A sinister goblin is hiding behind a hedge as a hedge witch goes her way picking the flowers. She is so lost in her own little world she does not realize the danger she is in, as the trickster is waiting for her. The hedge witch knows to resist temptation. Although the devil is the guardian of the higher realm, he waits patiently at the border to tempt and destroy dreams and ambitions. He has sent his goblin to seek out information on those with a pure heart. Ooh. And then this spider, like the weaving of the web. Oh, so interesting. Pretty dress. The tower. Classic, love it. Oh, I love that we've got this, what looks like a dryad there, too, though. The star, how pretty is that? Look at all the pentacles going up. That's super cool. Wow, so pretty. Okay, oh my god, it keeps getting prettier. The moon. Ooh, look at all the spooky owls. Yes! Oh my god, I love that. All the lurking creatures. Fascinating. And the sun. I love her. Oh my gosh. We got a rooster. Look at that dog. I love all the animals popping up here. It's so interesting. I will say, I feel like the one thing I do wish was in here, and maybe it is in some cards and just not others, I don't know, but they're like, there's so many animals here. Well, let's look and see if the sun, hold on. No, see, so I'm just wondering if there's like an intentionality to the animals included because they're so specific. And I wish that was kind of given, but regardless, super cool. Judgment, we've got the scale of justice again. Interesting. And the world, okay, gorgeous. Wow. This is so pretty. I feel like this deck, the like tones of it, the color tones, is so different than anything else I have, which is so interesting. This feels like, it's funny because this was initially supposed to come out in June, but then there was just some kind of delay, so it got pushed to August, but I actually feel like that's meant to be in some way, because this kind of coloration feels like that August, September kind of vibe, at least where I live, where you get that real like golden hour energy. All right, moving on to the minors. We've got our Ace of Cups here. Beautiful. I love this. Looks like one of those like sacred hearts. And the roses and the hydrangeas. Two of Cups. Look at the fairies. And what kind of plant is that? I think it's mountain laurel. Fun. I love the pinks. Ooh, I bet each suit follows a specific color tone because we're getting pink. Pink in the cups, which, yes. Look at this Three of Cups. I'm interested though. We've got, like classic, 3 friends. These 2 figures. Are they feeling left out? What's happening there? Must know, must know. Let's see. A Hedgewitch and a wizard watch 3 elves dancing. Okay, so they're observing this celebration that the elves are having. Okay, cool. 4 of Cups. Oh, she's doing a tarot reading. What? What? Okay, and so far these interpretations are so cool. So the message for this one, the appearance of this card signifies that help can come from an unexpected source. You may be feeling bored and despondent with your lot in life, but help is at hand, and if you can change your mind, you can change your world. And the keyword is re-evaluation. I love that. 5 of Cups. Are they usually all spilled? We've got all the cups spilled here, which is interesting. Beautiful card. 6 of Cups. I love this. She's making corn husk dolls, which I know is what holiday is that? Lammas? But I love the idea of like that is a ritual for a certain holiday, but it also does put you back in touch with your child self by like making dolls. Do I have that right? Is it llamas? I don't know. 7 of Cups. Selecting. Oh, I love this. They've almost made it look like it's grapes or something. I don't know. Selecting her cup. Love that. Eight of Cups. Oh, look at this. She's taking each cup and dumping it into the river. That is such a cool way to see the Eight of Cups. What keyword did they give it? Sacrifice. Interesting. So cool, though. Nine of Cups. Oh. That's beautiful. Ten of Cups. Okay, love this gathering going on. We've got Pan here, a bear with a frog on his head. Yes, love it. All right, we've got the Princess of Cups. Look at that sea serpent. And all the fish. Prince of Cups. Look at that. No, sorry, not a unicorn. It's an alicorn. I get corrected. I always instantly, when I see a horn, I go to unicorn, but the kids at the library, they let me know. They say, Miss Krista, that's an alicorn. Get it right. And they're not wrong. Queen of Cups. She is a sea serpent. Ooh. Like a sea fairy. So I'm loving this pink and purple vibe for the cups. Yes. And the King of Cups. Okay, merman. Cool. All right, on to the Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. I love the roses. The roses mixed with like the Christmas tree vibe is so cool. We all know how I feel about a rose. All right, we're getting some blues. Oh, and are we in different seasons now? I think we are. Are we in the winter season? Oh my gosh, so cool. So the cups had to be summer. We had too many hydrangeas for it to not be. Two of Pentacles. Three. Love this, carrying that big basket together. Four of Pentacles. Oh, it's like she's got this whole, intrigued by that fire, but she's got this whole like section of mushrooms to herself, which is kind of funny because I know it's a thing for mushroom foragers. If you find a certain patch of something, you don't tell anyone else. That's your patch now. Let's see what if it says anything about that fire. Oh, it's a will-o-wisp. The will-o-wisp possessively guards his treasure in the snowy forest as he hides behind 4 pine trees. The Hedgewitch looks for him. 4 golden pentacles are hiding among the treasures. Okay, that's cool. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, this is gorgeous. And the keyword for this is anxiety, which I think is really interesting. Because usually we see 9 of Swords as anxiety, but this is like a whole different. It's like, it's the anxiety you get when there is like physical lack in some way. That's very interesting. 6 of Pentacles, she's sharing her feast. Oh, a woodland feast. Look at that, it's a beaver and a raccoon. So cute. 7 of Pentacles. Yes, those pumpkins are hard work. I didn't grow any this year. Oh, I should have. I'm trying to grow watermelons. And cantaloupe. It's going... I don't know. What a weird spring and beginning of summer we had. A lot of my stuff just feels like it's behind. But that's okay. Excuse me. 8 of Pentacles. She's holding this hammer. Really cool. I mean, yeah, to build something like this, you really got to know what you're doing and be practiced. Super cool. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, so we've got like early spring here, it looks like, and very end of winter. The This is so relatable. To me, this feels like, because we've got the snowdrops and the crocuses, and is that hellebore? I think. But it's like the patience you need when for growing season to really start. 10 of Pentacles. I love this. That is just too cute. Look at the shooting stars. We've got the Princess of Pentacles. I love that very fairy godmother vibes there. Prince of Pentacles. The Queen. I love too how it seems like in a lot of cards we get a Hedgewitch character interacting with some other being. So like here, it's our Hedgewitch interacting with the Queen of Pentacles. I really like that layer. Oh, we've got the... Is that? No, the Holly King. Love that for the King of Pentacles. Alright, onto our swords. So this seems like fall to me. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. This is gorgeous. Let's see what they say about the Three of Swords here. The keyword is sorrow. Oh my gosh, how cool that, well, not cool. Her sorrow is because these 3 trees got cut down. I love that for the Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Beautiful. Taking a rest. Five of Swords. Doesn't this feel like storm magic? Oh, the keyword is defeat. With this thunderstorm, yes, and these, it's like lightning bolts that have turned into swords. That's really interesting. Also super interested by the way the suits were selected, because usually you see pentacles as fall, swords as winter, but I do like this switch up, and I do think it makes sense, because to me a lot of the swords cards feel very liminal in a way, like some sort of ending to something. And then we can see pentacles as the like rest period, the recuperation, reevaluating, and then I'm guessing the wands is going to be our spring energy. I think it does, like, it really makes a lot of sense to me. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Curious how they see this card. Opposition. That's interesting. Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped in this bramble, when in reality she could step right over it, really. Cool. Oh, the Nine of Swords, look at this! She's got all these little, like, goblin-y gremlin creatures around her. So cool. Not cool, but I guess, well, it's okay. So the Five of Pentacles was anxiety. What is... Ooh, the Nine of Swords, the keyword is nightmare. Okay, cool. Actually, I do really like that, because the Five of Pentacles feels like a very, like, palpable, no, that's not quite the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's in the physical world. It's very apparent. Where the Nine of Swords, if you think about it, like being in the mind, a lot of the time, like, the anxiety comes from a story we're telling ourselves that maybe it's not true. I don't know. Ten of Swords. So lightning struck this tree and everything fell down. Ugh. Oh my god, I've had that happen before. Terrible. Terrible, horrible. But it's like, it can't get worse. Can't get worse from there. Now you just gotta move it all, which is terrible. Oh, beautiful Princess of Swords. That's the front of our box, right? Yes. Ooh, Prince of Swords. Pegasus. Okay. Love it. Queen of Swords. Beautiful. Look at all the wings. Feels very biblical angel. The King of Swords. Wow. Neat. What is that creature called again? Oh, it's a Sphinx. Cool. Alright, finally our wands. Yes, we've got spring. I see our daffodils. What do you... No. Love it. Okay, and I love the shift to this red. So interesting. Oh, spoilers. So interesting. The Two of Wands. Yes. The greenhouse is empty right now, but she's getting it ready. Three of Wands. Ooh, look at that, like, blood moon situation. And we got tulips. Oh my gosh. Curious. Opportunity. Oh, it's a red supermoon. Neat. Four of Wands. Look at the unicorn and the dragon. Love it. Five of Wands. A duel. Six of Wands. You've successfully made it through winter, traveling into spring. Love that. I feel like that's such like a... Seeing the Six of Wands is that like feeling of glory. I feel like that's such a good way to represent that feeling. Like when it's finally that spring weather, like you can't help but feel amazing. Seven of Wands. Interesting. What's going on there? Oh, he's holding a mirror to like deflect the magic heading towards him. Stamina. Cool. Eight of Wands. That is fascinating. Eight of Wands is signals. In the light of a cherry moon, a hedgewitch sits with a black obsidian scrying bowl of water as images begin to appear. These are signs and signals as they swirl around her in her cottage in the wood. 8 magical wands grow in her garden. Okay, love this. Love this, love this. I am so obsessed that we didn't just get like 8 wands flying through the sky. This is cool. And gets to, it really portrays that idea of like, instead of like fast movement, the interpretation of like getting messages. I love that. Okay. 9 of Wands. Beautiful. 10 of Wands. Ooh, that is a big bowl she's carrying. She's off to go harvest some things. Alright, we've got... Oh, hello! We've got our princess. Looks like a salamander. With all the spring flowers. We've got tulips, daffodils, hyacinth. Primrose? Maybe that's primrose. I don't know. Prince of Wands, a phoenix. Gorgeous. Queen of Wands. Again, I'm loving the whole thing of we get a Hedgewitch figure that is visiting with the court cards. I think that is such a cool detail. Finally, the King of Wands. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. I am obsessed with that, to say the least. So let's, hold on, let's look at this. Cute! Look at that! I'm guessing because it's like, you could kind of use this as like a spell work deck. Let's give it a shuffle. We know it's going to be good. Oh my gosh, so flexible. That was everything. Okay. Loved that so much, a lot. So, okay. Now my brain's going about pairs. So we gotta try some. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna have so many. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I gotta think about that. So I can't stop shuffling this. That's so good. Okay, I am going to pause, get some oracles to try with it. I'll be back. Okay, that took like all of 30 seconds. So this is, I found 7 pairs to try, just not even like going through into like my stores of decks. These are just like what I had on the shelf. I think this is gonna be so good with so much in my collection. I'm so excited. So let's start off the bat. Hold on, we gotta be lame for a second. We gotta try with Cottage. I have to. I simply have to. Because I think this is gonna be a big win. Especially given the theme. Cottage Witch, the idea was like a Hedgewitch kind of thing. And I feel like they've got a similar, like, cozy coloring. Yeah. I like this a lot. Okay, cool. Cottage Witch, that's a win. Oh, I'm gonna make such a mess. Alright. Thistledown. This is the new one with the border, which I think will be good since these are so illustrated. I think the border will break it up nicely. But how do we think this is? Yeah, actually, you know? Right off the bat, I actually don't know. How do I feel about that? Do I love that? I don't know that I do. I think it's fine. Like, it's not bad. But I think I expected that to be a little bit more like, wow. I do think it's a nice pairing. And would be good if you really want to focus on the guidebook of this and kind of get just like your good keyword from Thistledown. But I think there's other decks that can do that too, because Cottage Witch you can do that. So I don't know. Actually, I don't think that's the best. Okay. Well, alright. I think this is gonna be better. Woodland Wardens. I think this is a similar-ish like vibe to Thistledown, but I think this illustration style is gonna be better. Better paired. What do we think? Yeah, I like this better. And I'm actually thinking, I almost wonder if this border feels too much. And I do, this is my, I've got 2 copies of Woodland Wardens because I have one trimmed and one untrimmed. Because I love it that much. I think we need to try the trimmed with it. Because while I assumed a border was gonna be like a big yes, I think a white border is not totally working. But I think think this will like won't be too much without the border. Ooh, no, yeah, okay. I think that totally, that's so much better. Yeah, okay, this I love. Because I think it needs, like, any kind of coloring going on with it needs to have a little touch of warmth to it. So, like, having this off-white color, or Cottage Witch being that, like, more, like, parchment color, works. I think the pure white was throwing me off, since this is so warm-toned. I love this. Okay, yeah, really, really like this. Okay, that's Woodland Wardens. And I think it still does work with the white border, but I think I like the borderless a little bit more. Okay. Let's restack these, or we're gonna run out of cards. Faeries Oracle. This I think is gonna be good. I think the tones of this border is gonna be perfect. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. So far, I think this might be the favorite. And I like the idea of bringing Fae into this tarot, since it's kind of already present. Wow, this I love. Because yeah, the border, like, it breaks it up a bit, but having that golden color to it just makes it work. I think this is spectacular. What do you think? I love this a lot. How magical feeling. Okay, very excited about that one. That is a big win. Faeries Oracle. Okay. Oh, curious to see how this one goes. This is the new Folklore Oracle from Rockpool. I think it could be good. I don't know. And I know. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Hello. Wait. Love. What needs to be burned away with Ace of Cups and the Alchemist? Ooh. Will you follow foolish fire or your heart's true knowing with Prince of Cups and Four of Pentacles? Oh. Feels like this thing of, like, where are you? Kind of playing it safe. What practical magic rises from within? King of Wands and Six of Cups. Wait, I think this is like, I'm liking the messages from here, but also they look fabulous together, don't they? I feel like it creates some space. But again, because it's not a pure white, it works. What must be grieved with the Star and Princess of Wands? Interesting. Okay, no, I love that. Folklore Oracle, another big win. Ooh, okay, so this next pairing idea, I cannot take any sort of credit for. Because when I actually got this box in last night. And when I opened it up, the package anyway, I just showed Paul the cover of the box, because I didn't open it or anything until now, but he asked me like, oh, is that deck like meant to go with that set of oracles you have? Which I'm gonna show one of them anyway. And I was like, no, but like, good eye for like, that's gonna go well. I think that'll go well together. And I totally see what he means by the illustration style being similar. So, illustrated Herbiary. There definitely is something reminiscent. And I think this will be a really good pair. So, snaps for Paul. The pattern recognition. Oh, yes. And I think any of this series would work. I've got all three, but I don't know, I pulled out the herb one just because. I don't know. But this, I think, is a fabulous pairing. Resurrection with 8 of Swords and 7 of Swords. Oh, rewild with these 2 queens? Ooh. Light in the darkness with strength and 5 of Pentacles. Wow. And look how it brings the 2 colors together. Oh my gosh. A spoonful of sugar with 9 of Cups and 9 of Wands. What? What? Oh, okay, wait, I'm obsessed. This might be my new favorite. Wow. Big claps for Paul. That was, I don't know that I would have thought of this. Let magic in, 8 of Cups, Ace of Swords. But this is so good. We are 1 with 2 of Cups and the Sun. Okay. Alright. Wow, I love, love, love that. And again, I think any of this series would be fantastic. Okay, that's gonna... Oh, I wanna use them all together. But I've got one more here, which I think is gonna be a given. It's a Greenwich Oracle. She pairs with, like, most things, but I think it's going to be especially fabulous with this. Yeah. Fantastic. I think this would be really fun. Even though this is, the Greenwich is like a plant deck, for some reason to me it feels a bit more like that early fall, and I'll even use it in winter because it almost feels more like preserved plants to me for some reason. And so I think this would be really fun to use like September. Oh, I love this. Ritual with Prince of Swords and the Wizard. Yes. Okay. Big win. Love that. Okay. I think there's probably even more. If I kept going, I'd probably find so many pairs, but I've got quite the pile to play with now. I really like a lot of those. Okay. I am obsessed. I love this so much. Let me know, is this one you've been watching out for? Are you interested in getting it? What do you think? I'd love to know. I'll have links below where you can pre-order, like I said, and then any of the other decks I showed, I'll put links. But other than that, that's all I have for you today. So I hope you're having a great day so far, and I'll see you again very soon.